Hello there, welcome to the Blue Prism training. My name is Erwin and I'll be taking you through Blue Prism's training for today. Well, to start with, Blue Prism is an robotic automation software. So let's try to understand what robotic process automation is. Well, in simple words, automation of repeatable and rule-based tasks using software which is installed on a user's computer called robot or bot is called robotic process automation. A bot is programmed to perform a sequence of steps that a human user does. The bot will exactly do like a human user by interacting with the front end of the application. In other words, a robotic process automation tool is not integrated into the application. It just works over the application. Let's try to understand the advantages of an RPA solution. Well, we can simply use the same infrastructure that we have today and build our solutions on top of that. We don't have to buy any new servers or new databases. We can just use the same old application and just automate it. By using RPA solutions, we can work 24 by 7, 365 days a year. There are no vacations or sick days like normal people would take because robot keeps walking on and on. We can train one bot to perform multiple processes a day. Let's say we can start off with trying to download PDF files from a website. We can log in just like a user does and download multiple files in that day, and post that we can even start emailing those files. Once that process is complete, we can just wait for users to acknowledge us back and reply them back with appropriate messages. With RPA solutions, we have improved efficiency and accuracy because, like a user, a robot will never make mistakes. Just like we have advantages with RPA solutions, we do have limitations as well. To start off with, the AHT or the average handling time of the application is limited to the speed of the application. Let's say your internet bandwidth is very less. So if you try to download multiple files, it is going to take as much time as it would normally take. Just because a robot is downloading it for you, it is not going to fasten the process. A robot can never be creative. It can it can never take judgments on its own. It's all rule-based calculations that a bot can perform. And the major disadvantage that I feel is it needs to be reconfigured even for small changes. Let's say today you have coded your application to click on a save button, and tomorrow the application front end has been changed to finish, or maybe the position of the button is changed. Then we have to reconfigure our solution. It is going to take some time. Let me show you the interface of Blue Prism application. Here we go. So this is how Blue Prism application would look like. We have six different tabs. The first one is the home. Here we have a dashboard of all the work and automation that we have performed till date and the status of each of them. Then comes Studio. Here there are two parts of it. One is Process Studio and the other one is Object Studio. Process Studio is the actual place where your process is built and run on. Objects are nothing but VBOs or Visual Business Objects which interact with the application. So process and objects work hand in hand to make a robotic solution possible. Next comes the control room. Here you will have a detailed view of all the schedules that are going to run for today, what are the queues that we have, the timetables, and the schedules that are retired. Here we even have the process names that are published to the control room and resources or bots that are available for work. Below here in the environment section, we would see when the process started, when it completed, or if it terminated. In the Analytics tab, we configure our home dashboards and make our own custom dashboards based on our requirements and the management's requirements. Next comes the releases section. In this release manager, we will create packages based on the release that we would want to have. Let's say we want to combine 4 different processes and 2 different objects along with certain environment variables, session variables, all of which we're gonna learn in the future. We can package all of them in a bundle and simply provide it to the next person who would deploy it. And the final tab is the system manager. This is the whole and soul entity which would have all the details of your process. Let's say you want to store your credentials, you would have to store it in the user credentials section. Similarly, there are multiple options. We can go deeply into each one of them in our later sessions. Let's start off by creating a simple process. You do that by going into this studio manager or the studio simply and right click a folder and create a process. Let's give it a name. I would want to name it as my first process, and then I'll click on the next button. And it's always a good practice to give a description of a process. Here, since it's just an initial process, I would give process in Blue Prism and then click on finish. It's as simple as that. Now all we have to do is just double click on that process to open it up, just like any Microsoft tool. Let me minimize the screen for you to see. So every process will have these 3 blocks. Each one of them is called a stage. This is the start stage from which the process would start its execution, and this is the end stage where it completes its execution. This is the description or the process information part where the conditions and the pre and post conditions and the information is stored. It has the information of who created, who changed the code the last time, and there is an option to publish your process to the control room. So let's try to complete this process by simply linking start and end stage. All you have to do is click on the start and drag it to the end stage. That's it. Your process is complete. Now let's try to run the process by hitting on the go button. See, the process is running and it just completed. It's as simple as that. You don't really have to be a programmer or a coder